looking northwards over the southern end of the Shetland mainland. And amazingly, this is an area that records almost 5,000 years of human habitation. And we can find the evidence located here at JARLSHOF. JARLSHOF is entered through the visitor centre. The centre displays some artefacts and replicas of items found around the grounds. And before leaving the centre, there's a chance to inspect the layout of the historical site, and that includes a useful aerial photograph. The site is dominated by the ruins of the Leeds House dating from 1600 AD. As we enter the site, we look out over the remnants of Bronze Age houses dating from 800 BC. But these stones represent the buildings of the earliest settlement on site from 2700 BC. And this illustration may well represent what the ancient buildings originally looked like. Around 800 BC, during the Bronze Age, uncovered evidence indicates the activities of blacksmiths working their trade on site. There is also ample evidence of grain being ground to make flour. We also find the remains of the larger roundhouses from the Iron Age of 400 BC. And as we stand by the beach and pan the camera around, we look back on over 2,000 years of human occupation. Just 300 years after the Iron Age houses, and a little bit further along the beach line, we come to the site of a broch and its courtyard. This dates from 100 BC. The broch marks a major step forward in construction skills and ability. It was strongly built and multi-storied, and it had double wall construction for added security. As the centuries rolled on, the broch became surrounded by wheelhouses and an enclosing wall. We notice that the buildings are more strongly constructed and more sophisticated in their design. There are a variety of alcoves and recessed shelves set into the walls, and there are various connecting passages. Walking around these ancient buildings, the 21st century visitor can only be amazed at the results achieved with the simplest of tools and time. With the simplest of equipment, the building materials were brought to site, trenches were dug, and buildings erected. The constructions we see certainly would have taken many months and more likely several years. Over the centuries, the broch was reduced in size as the sea encroached and eroded away, and materials were taken to be used in later buildings. I suspect that it's these small dividing walls that look a bit like spokes on a wheel that give the name to the construction of wheel houses. It's assumed that the spokes of the wheel houses provided private spaces for individual families who lived together in the building. Set back a little further from the sea are these remains of Norse settlement established by the Vikings around the year 900 AD. These are the remains of the traditional Viking Longhouses, and similar remains can be found at several other sites in Shetland. Later Viking settlements date from around 1200 AD. Nearby we find the remnants of a medieval farmhouse dating from around 1300 AD. At the site's highest point and dominating the whole area is the Leeds House from 1600 AD. The house was built by Robert Stewart, who was Earl of Orkney and Lord of Shetland, and it commenced in the late 16th century and was finished in the 17th. His son, Earl Patrick, also added to the building construction. Much of what we see today remained hidden over many centuries. It was only revealed by the erosive effects of a large storm in 1897. And so today, visitors are able to see the evidence of about 5,000 years of human habitation. Today, visitors to the area have the opportunity to stay in a beautiful boutique hotel, Sunberg Hotel, and today's accommodation is very different to that experience over the past centuries.